upgrade your 2022 or newer Tundra's exhaust system, but you don't want to break the bank doing it, this MBRP Armor Light single side exit exhaust system with the polished tip will be a great way to do it. Now this system will do a fantastic job of transforming the way that your Tundra sounds while saving a couple bucks and still offering impressive quality. Now getting right into sound, this will be a 3 out of 5 on the loudness meter, with 1 being completely stock and 5 being Wake the Neighbors loud. Now that will make it a great choice for the Tundra owner looking to up their street appeal when it comes to the volume, but not completely be overbearing when it comes to daily driving applications. This system will feature MBRP's Street Profile, which will mix aggressive tones while being bearable inside the cab for longer drives and cruising on the highway. Now the design here will also allow a 25% increase in flow, which will help when it comes to performance, bringing some horsepower and torque gains to the tables for those higher RPM ranges. The styling of this exhaust, although it is subtle, will bring a big change to the table compared to the factory, with an elevated and clean appearance if you're looking to ditch your old tip for a large dual wall angle cut tip and a polished finish for that classic look. Now this will be made of 2.5 inch at the front and 3 inch at the back mandrel bent aluminized steel material, which will be durable and hold up very well, similar to the factory exhaust system. The tip, however, will be made of a super high quality 304 stainless steel for the utmost rust resistance and to maintain that premium polished appearance for years to come. Now the rest of the kit will consist of all the hardware, all the clamps, and factory style hangers for a factory-like fit with no modification required. Now this will be one of your more affordable options for a catback system, coming in at $750. Now comparing this to other systems, this will be cut and dry when it comes to the design, which is great if you're looking for an affordable way to change the sound of your Tundra without breaking the bank. Not to mention, this is a bolt-on mod with no modification or cutting required, making it a very easy way to make a big difference on your truck. Install will be a lighter 2 out of 3 wrenches on the difficulty meter and take you about an hour to get the job done with the right tools and setup. At this point, we can head over to the shop and check out a detailed breakdown of what that install looks like step by step. That's going to wrap it up for me. Let's go ahead and get into it.
The tools you're going to need for this install include an impact, a hanger removal tool, a 3/8 extension, a 15 and a 14 millimeter socket, a swivel socket, an 8 millimeter Allen key, a pair of safety glasses, a tape measure, a marker, something to cut your mid pipes such as a table saw, and a pole jack. What's up guys? Today we're going to be installing an exhaust on our Tundra, so let's get started. Alright, so the first step is we're going to remove our tailpipe first. So we're going to take these 2 bolts and we're going to remove them with a swivel socket and a 14 millimeter socket. Now once your 2 nuts are removed, we're going to remove these 2 hangers on before the axle and after the axle. So now we're going to remove the hanger that's before the axle. So we're going to take our hanger removal tool. We're going to squeeze this isolator out of the hanger. Now we're going to remove our second hanger here. Take our removal tool, pry that out. Make sure you hold up that exhaust. Now from here, you're going to pull this out. Alright, so next step, we're going to be removing the 2 flanges by the cats. So we're going to have to take an extension with a swivel socket and a 14 millimeter socket. And we're going to remove these 2 bolts on each side. So now we're going to remove these 2 bolts with our 14 millimeter socket. Now you can repeat that process on the other side. So now we're going to take the hanger removal tool and remove these 2 isolators. And a good idea is to have a pole jack up to hold up your exhaust once these are removed. Now we can move on to the other side of the muffler to remove our other hanger. Now we're going to remove our last hanger. Make sure you hold this side up. So now we're going to remove our exhaust system. I'm going to lower down this pole jack here. I'm going to pull back. Remove our pole jack. And now your exhaust is fully uninstalled. So because our Tundra is a short bed, we have to cut our mid pipe here down to 12.75, which on the tape measure converts to 12 3/4. So we're gonna grab our tape measure and mark out 12 3/4. All right. Now we can go cut our exhaust. All right guys, so now that we got our pipe cut, we're gonna apply our first pipe, which is gonna be on the passenger side. So we're gonna line it up just like that. And we're gonna be reusing the factory bolt and spring setup. We're gonna get this lined up, thread our first bolt. Make sure you have them threaded in a couple turns before we tighten it down. So now we can tighten this down with a 14mm socket, universal socket, and an extension. And tighten these down evenly since they're on a spring. Make sure that it's evenly tightened down. So now we're going to install the other side. We're going to make sure that the bend in the pipe is facing inward, so it lines up with our Y pipe that's next. So now we're going to get this lined up, thread in our bolt and spring. Thread that in. Same for the other side. Now that we got both of those threaded in, I'm going to tighten that down with that 14mm socket, the universal, and the extension. Next step will be installing our Y pipe. We're going to locate your 2.5 inch clamps. The rest are 3 inch. We're going to slide those over the tops of our Y pipe. Now we're going to slide these into the 2 pipes that we've already installed. There we go. Bring that clamp up to just about the end of our Y pipe. Now we're going to tighten both of these clamps down with our 15mm socket. We don't want to tighten all these up yet, just in case we have to move around the exhaust to fit in the hangers. All right, so next is that pipe that we cut before. We're going to slide our clamp over our Y pipe. Then we're going to get these 2 into the isolators just a little bit. And from here, you can push up our Y pipe and try to get them into the isolator and the Y pipe simultaneously, like so. And we'll push this in. Now we can tighten our clamp down with our 15mm socket. Next is going to be our muffler. So we're going to slide our 3 inch clamp over the muffler. We're going to put that into our pipe. We're going to slide that clamp over to the end. Take our 15mm socket, and we're going to tighten this up. All right, next is our over axle pipe. So we're going to slide that clamp over our muffler. We're going to slide the end of this pipe over our axle. And we're going to first get our hanger into this top isolator. And from there, let's slide that in. At this point, we're going to remove this isolator from the original hanger. We're going to slide it onto our new exhaust first. Bring that up, and slide that in. Once that pipe is fully in, you can tighten down that clamp with our 15mm socket. Next, we can install our tailpipe with resonator. So first, we're going to put our hanger into the isolator. Slide that in first. Grab your clamp. Throw that over the end of our tailpipe. From there, we're going to slide that into the over axle pipe. Make sure you have that lined up the way you want it. Then you're going to grab that 15mm socket. We're going to tighten up our clamp. So our last step, we're going to install our chrome tip. We're going to slide that through. We're going to take an 8mm Allen socket and we're going to tighten up this top clamp. So now that all of your components are installed, you can go through and tighten down all your clamps, and now your install is complete. So that's going to wrap up the install on our MBRP Armor Light single exhaust system with polished tip and side exit for your 22 and newer Tundra. Thanks for watching, and for all things Tundra, keep it right here at extremeterrain.com.